Okay, so this is just a quick touch base regarding our walk on October the 27th, right, in Savannah, Georgia. We are excited very much about it. So I wanted Lauren just to go through, I guess, the ACS stuff first. And if you have any questions for Lauren, right way. And then what we will do is after that, we will go through our part of it as well. But I just wanted Lauren and you guys to have an opportunity to ask any questions. So she'll go through with us what time, if we can be there on Friday or perhaps not, or maybe we can get there early on Saturday. What's the sort of layout is going to be, and just anything that she would like to inform us about Saturday.
Okay, so we will be having the tents, tables, and chairs set up at 9 a.m. on Friday. I would like to give them the opportunity to set up so that we're not in their way. But anytime after that, you guys are welcome to come in. So that would be on Friday. On Saturday, we will finish setting up at 7 a.m. That's when all my volunteers or my setup volunteers will be there at 7 a.m. So that's when you definitely need to be there if you're not already set up, to be set up.
Okay. And what time is registration?
Registration begins at 9:30.
Okay. And the walk?
Is at 11.
Okay.
You guys are going to be in between the check-in tent and the survivor tent, kind of on that side.
Okay.
Which, if you're looking at the stage, would be on the right side.
Okay. How many survivors do you know have you got registered?
I looked yesterday and I was at 48.
Okay, 48 survivors. Okay.
That are registered, but we'll expect a lot more to just walk up the day of.
Okay. And what time do you think it will all be over?
I would think that we'll be cleaned up, wrapped up no later than 2.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I know with the ones in Jacksonville and Clay County, we just were told, and I just want to make sure because I think it's probably the right thing to do, that we won't start breaking down until you give us the go ahead that we can start breaking down. So we're not breaking down, etc. So if other people, just so that we stay uniformed with what you guys want, and then I guess when you say that we can start packing up, that's when we'll start packing up. If you have somebody to tell us, because you may be busy, you may not let us know.
I will tell you, we won't have quite the amount of vendors that Clay County and Jacksonville had.
Okay.
We've got the food trucks. We've got a lot of kids activities. We've got the stage. We got the photo booth. And really that's about it. And it goes in a circle.
Okay.
From the check-in tent, kind of like a heart shape, I guess, if you will.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like us to know, or anything?
Well, we will have light snacks for our volunteers and anybody working. But if if you're there from 7 to 2, it is a long day. So I don't know if you want to bring something. If you have kids, we should have plenty for them to do. We've got a couple bounce houses, arts and crafts. So that will keep them well entertained, at least for a good bit.
And that's awesome. So it'd be a nice family event. So we have representatives out there, for example, like Kerry, who's got a couple of little ones that maybe her husband can come and look after her babies on the bounce houses and the food trucks and get them all hyped up on sugar and good stuff.
For sure.
So anything else?
Anybody have any questions?
I don't. I think it sounds all pretty good.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Okay. And we just have Kerry on the other, and I'm recording it because the majority of folks work that are volunteering.
So you said if we can't make it Friday for volunteering, then we come Saturday at 7?
I'm going to ask everyone, Kerry, to be there at 7, and I'm going to tell you why, because we do have setup. So if you cannot be there Friday, don't worry about it. You'll have plenty of time as long as you get there by 7.
Okay. No, 7 means 6:45. So.
Yes, I totally agree with you. So 6:45 is fine, but 7, I'm saying.
Okay, you do realize Janet's gonna have to like start at 2:00 in the morning to be ready.
And she just popped on, so she'll be well aware. We'll spend some time with Janet on Friday. So everybody will be there at 7:00 on Saturday morning to finalize preparations. Lauren is amazing, and ACS up there are helping us a great deal. We were only supposed to have a 10 by 10. We are now having a 20 by 10, and I have 2 Avon tents. I have the one from Jacksonville and the one from Clay, so we'll have the 2 bright pink tents that we will be able to utilize and have a lot of visibility. So that is amazing. We'll have 2 8-foot tables and some chairs. So I guess, we'll talk about that beforehand, because I'll send you, we'll work out how to put the tents up and all that good stuff as well, or whether we take it over there on Friday and we set up the tents. So all we have to do is the paperwork on the Saturday. So I think if we can get the tables and chairs and the tablecloths, all of that good stuff, and then we'll be ready just to put our stuff on it the rest of the day.
I have a question. Are you guys going to put anything into our survivor bags?
That's what
y'all had talked about that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, because at this point we have about 12 people volunteering at the booth, and it would be something at their discretion. And I know I can go through some of my stuff, and I'm going to a meeting in Charlotte, so I'm just wondering, if
they have those little breast cancer shaking necklaces, Sarah, in the outlet books for like $2.99 each, plus our 40%.
Yeah, so
that's something we could probably do, because it would only be maybe $10 each.
Yeah, well, everybody, if there's 48 survivors at this time, so just say maybe there's 60 survivors. So that would be probably 5 items per representative that comes, so we could pop it into their bag. It doesn't all have to be the same. I know Sharon in Clay County, she put a little hand lotion and her business card all tied up in a little bow, and then that went into their survivor bag as well. So, I'll leave, we'll talk about that, I guess, as we go through the logistics now and see what you all think. But I think 5 items, and then if people, I'll see what I have as well, and then maybe we could bring it all together on Friday and Saturday morning and to pop into that survivor bag, because I think that would be really nice. And especially because we're beside the survivor tent, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they're getting a nice size bag. So if we had, it's a definite, if you have something to put in it, to go ahead and do that for sure.
Yeah. So you would probably like that on Friday, right? Would you like that, or it doesn't matter Sunday?
It doesn't matter. My Zetas will be handling all that, and our survivors will be picking up their shirt probably that morning from the Zetas, so that if they have, just a assembly line going as far as stuff going in the bag, hand it to the survivor as they check in.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. All right. Any other questions for Lauren?
Okay. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So I did want to go ahead and share my screen, and okay. So can you guys all see my screen with the photos on it?
No, I'm on the phone. I don't have video.
That's right. I'll send it to you by Google link, just so you probably already seen it. It's all on my Facebook anyway, Dana. But
okay.
I did post. Let me go down through, and I'm not saying you have to do it this way or whatever. I just thought it was absolutely beautifully presented. Where is it? Okay, is the books that Chanel Bracey did up. And she had these all pre-assembled. They were already done. She didn't wait till Friday. She had been working on them for the couple of previous weeks. So she had, you know, with this event, how many walkers do you expect, Lauren?
Hopefully about 500.
Okay, all right. So if we have 12 representatives, you know, coming, then it depends on how many books that they want to provide. I think the last time we said about 50. I know when we first started talking it was about 100, but because we have so many Avon folks volunteering, you know, you may only need to bring 50 or whatever books. But I love this idea. And this has got her book in it in one of those door, I think it's a Ziploc bag actually that she has. It's not one of those door hanging bags, because as people are walking around, some of them have backpacks and some of them, you know, so it's good for them to be able to put it in something if we've run out of the bags. She found the little breast cancer ribbons at the Dollar Tree. And she also had the Be a Smarty and Host a Book Party in there. And then she also had a sample. Let me bring this over here. And then at the back of it, she had a sample in there as well with her business card. So that's just an idea. Everybody's was different. I just think you know, as far as, I just thought that had her business card in it. It had a couple of samples in it. It had an Avon book party thing, and also it had a brochure as well. I just thought it was really well done, as far as like all of them had done them beforehand. Nobody was doing it, you know, last minute. So I think that was an awesome way to do it. So any questions on that?
No, ma'am, I'm good.
Okay, hang on, let me just, I've got another activation thing. So, all right, so we are a kit 3. So we are a level 3 event for Savannah, but we are going to make us a level 1 because I'm bringing all the stuff up from Jacksonville and stuff like that. So I wanted to let you know what we're bringing. We have 2 8-foot tables, so I have the tablecloths for that. I have the banner, the Lucite, the Lucite foam for photo permissions. And what that does is just a little permission slip that says, as they're coming into the booth, that by entering the booth, we are able to take photos, etc., because we definitely want to be able to snap and share it, because I know Lauren will probably have a hashtag, and we have like 3 hashtags as well. I learned a lot about hashtags over the weekend, but I actually had a young girl who was hashtagging for us, which was awesome. So she was a lot faster for us. So
I will say we have a social media, 2 social media volunteers from Georgia Southern.
Oh, that's awesome, because they're so savvy with all of that stuff. I was like, I don't know how to hashtag, but I just thought it was a bit of fun. But all right, so we will have a kissing wall. We actually may have 2, because I have 2 banners. So we will have a very impactful statement. So we will have 410 little lipsticks. We will have the canisters for the lip bullets. We will have hopefully 2 mirrors. And then I tell you what, people were using their phones, etc., so people could apply them. It was a rush of people very, very fast, so not everybody could use a mirror. So we were getting lipsticks all over. So just think about that. If you wanted to bring an extra mirror, you could. I'm also going to suggest that everybody bring a clipboard if you have them. If you don't, let me know. But if everybody probably has a clipboard, I'll go into the reasons why we need that.
If you need any extra, we have like drawers full.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that would be awesome, I guess, if you could pop us in a couple. That would be great, because it's definitely, I think when I'll go through the New York sweepstakes, I think that was definitely a key learning, but we did have that set up, which was good. The Pink Hope display, we have this special A-Box offer, and I'm going to send that picture to all the folks that have volunteered. It's a special offer for the people that are walking on the day of. 15% of the proceeds do go to ACS, but it is an amazing A-Box. The other thing is, so we'll have the Lucite folder and also the product. We did have a beautiful display of breast cancer items. So I am saying if you do have some breast cancer items, and I do, like I have that pink necklace. I hope Sharon gave that back to me. I need to check with her on that. The breast cancer items that are current, please bring them, and also know the prices, because I think, everybody was like, well, I don't know how much they cost. So we will go through on Friday, I guess, and put little name tags and how much they are. We will not be selling at the event. That is a corporate directive. We don't want anybody to feel like we are selling on the day of or whatever. But I think the breast cancer items were a big hit. People wanted to purchase them. So just having that display, knowing how much they cost and having them available. So I'm asking you guys, if you do have them, please bring them. And then, we'll decipher which ones we want to use and not use. But if somebody has like the mannequin, like half a mannequin, or maybe even a hanging mannequin, we can use the vest. And I have the vest if nobody else has it. But I think we need to do like a display, and we'll organize that on the Saturday morning as well. Okay, so we do have a sweepstakes, and this is where I really want to get into like the nitty-gritty of. This is probably the most important part of the whole booth area. So they are entering into a sweepstake for a 4-day, 3-night trip to New York City. I will send you all the rules and regulations. It's in between January, I think, and September of next year. It will have a show. They will receive an Avon full makeover, so they will get all the stuff that they use on their face, their hair, the fashion, all of that kind of stuff as well. So they'll get a makeover. They'll get a show, and they'll also get their accommodation and flights from a major city. So I'll send that out. So that's important. So what we found with that is that most of our representatives stood outside the booth, which I thought made us more approachable as well. They had their clipboards and the registrations for the sweepstakes on the clipboard with a couple of pens. So as they were coming in, they could ask them if they wanted to win a trip for New York. This is what I'm going to suggest. Okay, so when you when your walker fills out a sweepstake, you say to them, it's so great to meet you. I'd love to know why you are walking and all that good stuff, but I know we've got a busy event here. Do you mind if I follow up with you? If they say yes, at that time, we talked about getting some pre-labels, whatever it may be. Maybe it's just a sticker with your initials on it. Maybe it's maybe it's a sticker with that you put on the back of the books. It doesn't matter. If that representative says yes, then you will put your name on the back of that sweepstake. Because what's that going to enable you to do? Because you spoke to that person, you will then stick your name, so that way you're following up with the right person, okay? And you've asked for their permission. Again, we don't want to seem like salespeople, but we want to be able to get their, they're okay to be able to say, hey, can I follow up with you? I'd love to learn more about you as well. So this is what's going to happen. Between all the volunteers, and I'm confirming the volunteers, it's imperative that if you have volunteered, that you have made the commitment to turn up on that day at 7 o'clock in the morning and even work with me on the Friday. If you show up at 8:30, it's too late for me to go everything over with you and you to pack your bags and all that kind of stuff. So if you cannot be there at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to tell you, walk the event, have fun, come and join us, etc., because it's a very, very fast-paced event. So New York is sending us 225 cinch bags. These were a big hit at the event. Those cinch bags will be divided as per the representatives that are volunteering. So it may work out that you get 30 of these cinch bags each. In that cinch bag will contain one of your brochures that has your information in it, etc. It will have a rules and regulations of the sweepstakes, and it will have a copy of the A-box flyer. This is how it rolls. When somebody comes up to the booth, or we're out in front and we say, hey, do you want to enter into the sweepstakes? Only when they enter into the sweepstakes can they get one of those cinch bags. So what happens is they come out, they fill it out, you say, do you mind if I call you, etc. You put your label on the back, and then you will be carrying however many you can carry at that time. So, maybe it's 10 bags at that time. When they fill out the sweepstakes, you will give them your cinch bag with all of that information. The sweepstake form will then go into the ballot box, into the canister we have available. Once we run out of cinch bags, it will then be a book, okay? So then if you've got your little books done up, etc., you will say, hey, don't forget to fill out your trip to New York, etc. Here you go. And by the way, here's a book. So the people who have more books are obviously probably going to get more opportunities to speak to people, right? So, but they've invested more money, right? So that's how we did it in Jacksonville. Some people bought 250 books, some people bought 50. So it just, the way it rolled. If you've invested, into an event, that's how it will roll. But I'm saying that this event is a lot smaller, that had 10,000 people. This one will have 500 people, and we've got about, at this time, 12 people that are saying that they're going to attend on the day of. Any questions with that?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. From there, okay, so that's how that works. From there, we will have a kissing wall. So what happens is there are stickers, and hopefully New York is going to send me some more, because I don't know whether we get stickers with the kit 3. So we may have to buy some Post-it notes. I'll buy some Post-it notes or whatever it may be. No matter what, we'll have lipsticks and we'll have the kissing walls. So they pop their name at the top of the kissing wall, and then they put on one of our lipsticks, and then they kiss the sticker, and the sticker goes on the kissing wall. This was a huge hit because people were taking pictures of their stickers, and they were taking pictures when they stuck the stickers on the wall, and then when they were taking pictures beside it, and then they were posting it, all of that good stuff. So this is an opportunity for us to get, like a lot of selfies. Like the young kids, they loved it. Like these young teenagers and young adults, etc., they had a blast with the kissing wall. So that's why I was like, if we have 2, I think we'll even be able to get more people, because it definitely was a eye-catching eye-catching thing for the booth. Any questions on that?
No, that sounds really good.
Okay. So this is the other thing that I have to, from the event, I have to go and I have to enter manually every single person who entered the sweepstakes. Crazy. So what I'm going to say is those people who you have talked to that have given you the okay to call them, and you put the label on the back, when we were about to close up, we're going to separate those leads, and you are going to go ahead and either take photos of those leads or write them down. Okay, so that way you don't have to wait for me to fill out the Excel spreadsheet and you to send them back. So right there and then, we will put your sweepstakes into a pile, and you will go and take photos or write them down or whatever to go ahead and so you can follow up on those leads as soon as possible. And how we want that conversation done as a directive from corporate is to really not be a sales pitchy call, to start it like, hey, I was so excited to meet you the other day at Strides. Tell me, are you a survivor, or why are you passionate about walking, etc. So, to start a conversation with them, really, rather than going into the sales pitch as well. The other key learning that we had from the events is a lot of people did want to place orders. But we weren't really set up for that. So you may want to work out on your clipboard, like making sure that you have some order forms available or whatever it may be, because they definitely did want to place orders. So, so that is important. What else? What else? Okay, so these are what we want pictures of. The footprint prior to the event. I know everybody is like amazing with photos in this team, so I don't think I have to worry about anybody. But that's what New York wants. We have to give an estimate or a guesstimate of how many people come to the booth. But I know this event will be more accessible, I guess, more available. As far as attire, I'm not saying that you have to wear these Team Avon shirts. If you have it, great. But as long as you have, like, we want to be known for Avon, right? So I was thinking, like, it's probably going to be hot, so you can wear shorts, just as long as they're, like, above the knee. I guess no Daisy Dukes or whatever it may be, capris. But an Avon shirt and have fun. I mean, I actually had some of my representatives, they were survivors, and they were wearing tutus. But, you know, I'm not going to be... you know, just as long as you wear Avon jewelry, you wear Avon makeup, and you have something that counts you out from the crowd. The other thing that I wanted to touch base with is I was talking to Lauren about this yesterday as well. Most of our booth exposure will be between registration, which will be probably, registration is at 9:30. So probably most of our visibility will be between 9:30 and when the walk starts. And after that, it really dies off a little bit. But we need to keep some people. I know a lot of you still want to walk, and then some of you want to stay at the booth. So what we'll decide on Friday is who wants to stay at the booth, because we want people walking. In the announcement, there was a lot of stuff about Avon, and, you know, we didn't have a lot of Avon people actually standing ready to walk out there, which was a shame. So we want as many Avon representatives, because they do an amazing announcement with us. Like, we're in the beginning opening ceremony, all of that good stuff. So we want to be loud and proud there as well. So we'll work out as we go on who's going to stay at the booth and then who's going to walk the event, and then we can all come back, you know, to the event as well. But I think we have plenty of volunteers that some people can stay behind because they want to stay behind, or perhaps, you know, walking is uncomfortable for them. And then we'll have the other people that, you know, would like to walk the event as well. Any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to show you a picture of this is us, but remember, we're going to be a little bit different because we're going to have 2 tents. So yay, bright pink. And this will be somewhat of our layout. Our tables will probably go side by side. The first thing that I want to put up is that New York rather than the lipstick bullets there, because that was the biggest draw of the day, was the sweepstakes. So we'll organize it a little bit, but this looks like the layout. These are the cinch bags here. And as I said, I'm
not seeing any layout bags, Sarah.
What's that?
I'm not seeing any of them. Were you showing pictures?
I am.
It's still on the same screen with the pictures in the book is what I see.
Well, that's not okay. Here, let me try this. Okay. Can you see that?
I see that.
Thank you. Okay, so these are the bags here that you will see. So we'll divide that as the representatives. That will be the New York trip and the entry box, etc. And I'll print off more of these, the sweepstakes stuff. But this is the setup. Any questions?
Nope, I'm good.
And the more pink, the better. See, I got my nails done. Can you see my nails? I got my nails done. All right. Well, I feel like we've gone through, I'll be sending emails closer to, but I guess for your takeaways and what you guys need to prepare for is your books and how you're going to package your books, how you're going to take orders, what you're going to wear, and making sure that you set your alarm so you can be on time.
Sounds good.
And also the Survivor, the products as well. I guess if everybody wants to bring 5 products, whether it be hand lotions, hand sanitizers, whatever it may be. And I know Kerry had a suggestion as well. So with that, I feel like we've covered pretty much everything to set you guys up for success. And if there's no other questions, we will book out.
Sounds good to me. I'm excited.
All right, everyone. Have an amazing day. And I'll talk to you all later. Thanks, Lauren. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.